Hello guys, welcome to our new topic in Append series. A very interesting topic in Power BI, that is how we append multiple Excel files from a folder. Now, imagine you have a folder and you keep on pasting a file every month which have similar data, and you want those files should automatically append on below the other. It is possible in Power BI. Here is an example. I have created a folder monthly sales file, Excel file. That's a folder name, and these are all the Excel files. The size is very small. Purposely, I have kept it very small size, and you can see the name of the files are like April. Then I have February, Jan, March. Every month name I have given. Now, I want to append those in Power BI. But before we append, let us open any file and just see what data we have. I'll double click on April 2020. The data is very simple. We have three columns: date, client, and sales in million. Here it is table format. And if I go to table design, the menu bar, you can see the name of the table is April table. I have purposely given the name properly April table here. So I can close this file. I'll open one more table and one more file, let's say June 2020. And you can observe here we have the same column names. If you see date, client and sales in million, the column names can be same. The position of the columns can be anywhere, no problem. Number of columns can be less or more, no problem. And you can see the name is given as June table. Okay. So since the file name is June 2020, I have given as June table. It can be different name also, no problem. I can close this, and what I'll do is I want to import this folder directly into Power BI. So copy that path, folder path, okay. So I have 6 files in this folder, and also we can choose file in Power BI. Now I can open a blank empty Power BI file. You can see when I say empty, nothing is there on the right hand side. I can click on this get data, click on more button, and I should not click on Excel file because it's not one Excel file, but it is complete folder which I have to pick up. So I'll select the option here as folder and click on connect. Now I can just paste the path of folder. Also you can choose folder from browser folder, okay, and click on OK button. This will give me all the file structure, okay, all the file names, the extensions. These are the file name, that's the extension which I have, the date, modified, created, all the metadata about the file. I have to click on transform data because I don't want this metadata. I want the data inside those files. So out of all the files, if you observe, only first 2 columns are important. Okay, so the second column is having name of the column, and first column is having the content. That means the data of the file in the compressed format, very complex format. So when you click on the blank space at the bottom, it will give you the size of the file and entire data will be there. So what about the other columns like extension, access, modified, created? Those are not required. So let me select these 2 columns and remove other columns. Now I have those 2 columns here. Now what my job would be to extract the data from this content column. This is in the compressed format. So add column, menu bar, and I can click on custom column. That's the option custom column here. In this custom column, I can write M function. One single function would be required and the function would be excel dot workbook, and I can press tab key from my keyboard. Remember, this is case sensitive, E capital, W capital. Now excel.workbook, open bracket, double click on this content option and close the bracket. Now what is this content which I have selected? This content is actually the right hand side column, which is available column. It's written here available columns. These are nothing but at the back end, if you see contain the name, these are two columns. So now I'll just click on OK button and you can see a separate column named as custom column is created, and still there is some data inside. You see, I can click on double click, header arrow, and some columns will be there. We don't know what is that, but we'll click on OK button. Now, when you click on OK button, there are some columns on the right hand side. This will be tell you that each file is having some sheets or table. Okay, and these are the name of the sheets and the table here. So obviously out of those 6 files I am interested only in tables. So I can just click on the drop down and select only tables and click on OK. So from this kind column I only want table. You see, these are all the tables here. These are name of the table. Okay. Now, out of all the columns, we only require 3 columns: the file name, the table name, and the data inside those table. The other columns are not important right now. So you can select those 3 columns and remove other columns: the file name, the table name, and the content data column. What is custom data? If I keep my cursor on the blank space, you can see the sample or the date will be visible here. What data is inside that table, so you can keep on clicking to cross check here. The last step would be just click on this double header arrow and click on OK button. So carefully observe, one checkbox is there extra, which will find out what is that. Right now it is selected. I can just click on OK button. When you click on that OK button, this should be visible the date column, the client column, and the sales in million. But if you observe, everywhere there is a custom data dot, custom data dot, custom data dot. So unwanted prefix is added, which is not required right now. So I will delete the last step, expand the column again and remove this prefix. This will add a prefix to the columns here. I'll just deselect, click on OK. This would be a clean column names here. Now that's very simple, and I can see how many records I have at the bottom. If you see, 60 rows are there. So now I should just rename the column heading. I can rename this as file name, this one as table name, this one is date. So I can just change the data type as date, and the client name should be text. So I'll select the option text, and this is sales in million. I'll keep it as it is, no problem. So now it's a clean data. Let us cross check. When I click on home menu bar and click on close and apply, so I am coming out of Power Query into Power View. Whenever I say Power View, I mean to say where you can create some charts and visuals. So that is a power view. So this section is the power view, and red section which I have highlighted is power pivot, okay, which we have in the coming section. So now I'll just pick up this file name, drag and drop, and you can see these are the 6 files. Till June we have. Suppose in that folder, if I bring one more file, I can just copy that file and paste it. Let me rename that file. I'll type as July 2020. Okay. One more file I have pasted, July 2020. Here, when I go to Power BI, if you see, nothing has happened, but I can just click on this refresh button on the top in the home menu bar, and you can see one more file would be added, which is July 2020. Okay, that July file would be added here. It's given in this location. So the file name is added, but at the back end, the data also is updated. Suppose if you have created some charts or visuals, that will automatically update it. Okay, so you can see that's a data field. You can see the changes will be visible here. One more, I go to transform data, transform menu bar, and here I can just click on count rows. So in this count rows, this is 70 records. Okay, 7 files. For there, each file was having 10 records. So that's it. I hope you have understood how to append multiple Excel files from a folder in Power BI. For more insightful content, explore our open topics section. Don't forget to connect with us, subscribe our channel, and stay tuned for the latest update.